Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel at Learn Easily. Today we are going to see how and when we can use Sumif function. Sumif function is used when we want to find out the sum of cells in a range that meet a single condition or criteria. I'm going to show you through an example how we can use Sumif function. Here we have a table which contains three columns. First column contains name or description for each and every expense. Second column shows us different cost categories, and third column shows values for those expenses. We have around 41 expenses, and our cost categories, we have 10 cost categories. So our 41 expenses have been divided into 10 cost categories. As an example, we have advertising and promotional expenses cost category, under which we have expenses related to advertisement via TV, via radio, via social media, and other channels. So if we want to find out the total cost related to advertising and promotional expenses, then we can use Sumif function. When we use Sumif function will show us the total or the sum of all expenses related to advertisement and promotional expenses, whether it's TV, radio, or social media. So to use Sumif function, first we have to identify our range. Our range is the column which shows different cost categories. And then we have to specify our criteria. Well, of course, our criteria is each and every cost category that we have within our range. And then we have to specify our sum range, which is the column showing values assigned to each and every expense. To use Sumif function, we have to type equal Sumif. We have to select the first one, which is Sumif. As you can see here, we have range, we have criteria, and we have sum range. We have to select each and every one of them. First, we have to select our range, which is our column B here in this example, which shows different cost categories, comma. Then we have to choose our criteria. Our criteria is advertising and promotional expenses. I'm selecting it here, comma, and then we have to select our sum range. In this example, our sum range is column C, which shows values for each and every expenses. I close the bracket and I press enter. Okay, so the total expenses related to advertising and promotional expenses cost category is 23,000. This 23,000 is sum of values for expenses related to TV, advertisement through TV, advertisement through radio, and advertisement through social media. If we want to apply this formula to our other cost categories and find out their total values, then we simply can copy and paste this formula for each and every one of these cost categories. So I'm going to copy this and paste it for each and every cost category. Now that we have total value for each cost category, then we can find out the grand total for all of our cost categories. So simply by using sum function, we find out the total value of all cost categories. So our total value is $1,183,321. If you go down to the bottom of the table, you can see that it's the same as the total value for all of our expenses in the table. To help us understand Sumif function better, I am going to demonstrate another example. In our next step, we have another table. In this table, we have list of employees along with their associated departments and their monthly salary. Column A shows different individual employees. Column B shows under which department they are working, and column C shows their monthly salary. Under each department, there are several individuals working. As an example, under finance department, we have around 6 employees. So if I want to find out the total monthly salary that we have to pay for individuals in finance department, then I can use Sumif function. To use Sumif function, again, first we have to identify our range. Our range here is column B, which shows different departments, and our criteria is each individual department. And our sum range is column C, which shows monthly salary payable to each individual employee. Here I have list of all departments summarized in column G. So if I want to find total salary payable to employees working in library, I can simply type equal sum if. I select sum if. Then I have to select my range. My range is column B, comma, and my criteria is library because I want to find out total salary payable to individual employees working under library. So I am selecting library, comma, then I am going to select my sum range, which is column C, which shows monthly salary payable for each individual employee. I close the bracket, I press enter. So individual employees who are working under library, they are receiving $8,997 in total. If I want to apply this formula to each and every other department, then I simply copy this formula and paste it for each individual department. So let me find out the total value for all departments. Yeah, so our total monthly salary payable for all of our department is $112,864, which if you compare it to the total value at the bottom of our table, it's the same. It's important to remember that the value of our criteria spelling wise is the same as values under our range. As an example, spelling of library here as criteria should be the same as spelling of library under our range in column B. If it is not the same, then the value that we are going to get would be incorrect. So we have to make sure that there isn't any spelling differences between criteria and what is allocated under the range. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel.